Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and it looks like we have a little bit of news. Yesterday Creative Assembly have updated their known issues list and yeah, there's a few things I want to talk about because I'm a little disappointed about some things, and in all honesty this is good for us to know. What it is important to note is that everything has been updated with some details regarding patch 4.0, what we should be expecting getting fixed in 4.0, which unfortunately means it looks like there's not going to be another patch until 4.0 launches this summer. We don't know exactly when this is, which yeah, is a little bit disappointing considering that this patch, the last one, 3.1, has caused more bugs than it did actually fix, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So first up, only 2 new bugs have been added into this list that they're aware of, which is sea encounters can cause the game to crash, and finally some traits and tech tags are incorrect and do not work. Yes, there's a bunch of tech right now which isn't working for a variety of different factions, and some traits just aren't giving the effects to their specific characters. Now, there's not a lot of things listed to be fixed in 4.0, but that can be assumed that it's way too early, as I'm imagining that this DLC and this patch will be around August. We don't know just yet, but considering the fact that they've been posting a lot of Pharaoh stuff right now, which is a bit weird, yeah, I'm assuming that. But let's go over the stuff that they said they want to fix in 4.0. Nakai can't recruit Croxigors and other units. Damsel progression for vows is not advancing as intended. In domination battles, units with both Frenzy and Unbreakable lose Frenzy when summoned as reinforcements. I'm pretty sure they tried to fix that recently. When defending Zarnagrund, wall towers are not controllable and do not fire. Gatehouses on Zarnagrund can be attacked, leading to units being crushed. Okay. Ranged battle AI is sometimes passive. I thought that again was fixed in 3.1, but apparently not. Sometimes ranged units begin running into melee after running out of ammo with guard mode on. So yeah, those are all the ones that were mentioned, and as you can see, it's a very small amount of things. The list itself is getting larger and larger, and it just feels like not enough is getting fixed. I'm not too sure if they're running on low steam or something. However, I will say I will be fine with a smaller patch if it means that things actually get fixed. There's been a few cases very recently with updates coming out stating, oh yeah, this has been fixed, and it hasn't been fixed. Obviously, time will tell when we see patch 4.0, but I will say it's disheartening that we haven't gotten a patch 3.2, or we're not getting one, or a 3.1.5 or whatever. Just fix up some basic stuff. I'm very much hoping that the focus on 4.0 will focus on actual, important stuff, because if we go back to 3.1, there were some fixes to, say, for example, AI survival battles, which barely anyone's playing anymore. Some cosmetic stuff, like not showing swords, and even just like, the goblin unit card showing up, which is something that's been showing up since, like, I think Warhammer 1. It's been a regular bug when something goes like that. There's even one bug which just kind of annoyed me. New campaign selection screen defaults to race selection rather than Reichel and Xiaoming. So when you start a new campaign, it's supposed to default, if in Immortal Empires, to Karl Franz, and if you go onto the Realm of Chaos map, it goes to Xiaoming. Well, they claimed it was fixed in 3.1, but clearly it wasn't, because if you start a new campaign, it will just put you in a race selection screen, which, to be honest, I prefer myself. But again, not an important bug to fix. There's a lot of visual issues with the game right now, depending on certain units and so on, but I think that functionality needs to be fixed first for certain things. Obviously, the big one being Nakai. While he's not one of the most played factions, it's even more frustrating for someone who doesn't read these patch notes, who obviously doesn't keep an eye on the Reddit forums or the content creators reporting on this. They want to play with Nakai, and then they realize, oh, a bunch of the units I can't recruit. Awesome. There were a few major bugs that haven't been reported here, at least by Creative Assembly, but I do believe are acknowledged by CA, as they did start a Reddit thread asking for people to list examples and so on so they could investigate, so hopefully they'll start looking towards that too. Honestly, just by looking at the list, I can point out a few which should really be considered priority to fix, such as the Regiments of Renown not having unit caps. It is horrendously overpowered, especially if you're playing as a faction that gets access to the Iceforged Legion, possibly one of the best Regiments of Renown that you can even get in the game. Bloated corpses blowing up too early. This can be a massive problem for the AI and yourself, especially if you do use them in battle, because, well, you don't want them blowing up before they actually go and hit a target, or actually get killed by an enemy. Players in South Africa and certain countries in the EU are actually experiencing an error trying to get into multiplayer lobbies, you know? Multiplayer is a big thing. There's a lot of tournaments in this game. They need to be able to play. There's a lot more, but I don't want to make this video longer than it has to be. Let's be honest, at the end of the day, we know next to nothing about Update 4.0. We just know it's coming, and we don't know exactly when. I just really hope it fixes a lot of issues, because this game is important, right? It's important to a lot of people because it's Warhammer Fantasy. Plus, nobody likes the game, which just gets more issues as time progresses, right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We'll start a bit of a discussion. Are there any bugs not listed here? I'll have a link in the description below just in case you want to check out the full list by yourself. And yeah, let's chat. Have a good day, everyone. I'll see you all again very, very soon.